for Mandarin table topics, JJ spent 1 minute and 1 minute and 4 seconds. The new member is, I think, Rebecca. Is it you? Is it your name? Kimberly. I'm sorry, Kimberly. 1 minute 24 seconds. And you, Audrey, right? That's your name. 1 minute 19 seconds. And for Kayla, you spend 2 minutes 50 seconds. Kayla. And Amy is 2 minutes 16 seconds. I think that's it. Thank you.
So now it is time for me to give the general evaluator. This is our first meeting of the new year, and we are usually in a bigger space. So I think, given the limited space we have, we had a very good meeting. I did notice in the beginning, the 2 Toastmasters didn't really introduce the word of day and the theme they were having on the board, but Amy pointed that out. And the gong was here, nothing was being utilized, so it was, there was a lot of use of the New Year word throughout. Confetti was not used at all, so maybe when that happens, you should encourage people to use that word. Otherwise, it just defeats the whole purpose. So as maybe just a future suggestion, a lot of times when I was doing Toaster remarks also, because we come here kind of last minute, we do tend to forget about the theme or word of day. So maybe in your agenda, just to make a mental note that you need to do that both on the board and also introduce to the whole audience. And then when Robert came up, because you had many dual roles, it wasn't very clear on the agenda whether it was a speech or was the purpose of, so a lot of times maybe especially new guests, they'll be like, oh, what is he really doing? If you could just give a bit more background, if there's something special out of the ordinary, to give them more purpose. And then our Mandarin Toastmaster, I know Ellen was not 100% prepared. It definitely showed you were reading from like the agenda about the name of the speech and also the speaker and so on. And I also noticed there's some few errors on the agenda. If you could, like, for instance, call up, it should be Mandarin, not English, and then these numbers should not be here. So if the Toastmaster's job is to make sure the agenda is as perfect as possible. So because this is the face of our, this is something that guests will actually take home, something they could actually have a lot longer lasting impression of what our club represents. And also there was, the Alconder role was not filled. I think we mentioned before it might be best if it was filled before. And then if we do call someone new to fill the role, maybe we should ask him that, should pay attention to the, this is also for overall, for both Timer and Grammarian, in the future should pay attention to the name of the speaker. Just make a mental note, because we do call them up and tell them, also the Toastmasters or the topic sessions job to just repeat the name of that speaker. So for everyone, especially for people who are taking evaluation roles. But overall, a very good New Year 2013 meeting. Sure, it's only get better. We're a very young club, so it's always a work in progress. But with the past president and current president, I'm sure we'll be doing great. We'll be better and better.
All right, thank you, Sherry. Great evaluation.
Right. Okay, thank you, Sherry, for the evaluation. And this pretty much wraps up tonight's meeting. Now, before we let you guys go, Alan's going to try to get you some feedback from all the guests that are here today.
Right. 所以现在我们今天的演讲会就到此一段落。不过 before 我们要结束之前，我们想问一下今天的来宾，你们的感想是什么？你可以用中文或者是英文都可以，你们觉得哪一个都可以，对你们来讲都没有问题。所以我们就从这边开始好了 ，Rebecca。哦 ，Kathy 在前面，不好意思。哎，你要不要再前跟大家讲一下你觉得怎么样？
So, good evening again. My name is Rebecca. 我叫龚崇玉. It was my first time to join a group like this. I really enjoyed a lot and 很喜欢跟你们这样的相处。我觉得我学到很多，either in speaking and all the skills in public speaking and everything. Hopefully.
Will you come back?
I well.
Okay, that's all we need to know. Thank you. Great. Okay, so guessing back.
Yeah. What is your name, sir?
My name is Lei. This is my first time as well. I guess I've taken a few speech courses in high school and college, but professionally speaking, I don't have too much experience. So my observation today is that it's pretty well organized, it's very methodical, and I think there's a lot of interesting things that can be done in terms of how to improve speaking ability as well as just self-confidence in general. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Kimberly?
This is my second time. I was here last year once, and I really like this club, and I definitely would continue coming. And I feel like everyone's really nice, and I feel like this is like a big family.
Great.
Nice. And I can see myself learning a lot here. So
That's
thank
great.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's just start coming up here from the front. You miss? Yes.
大家好，我叫慧琳 Scarlett， 然后很高兴在这里跟大家认识。我觉得这个活动还挺有趣的，可以学到很多有趣的东西。我会根据我的时间会继续来参加。
好，
谢谢大家。
Oh no, let's go back here. Yes, here we go.
Max?
Hi everyone. I'm Max. I thought that was a lot of fun. The most fun part for me was seeing people at different stages in their speaking development. I love to see people improve. And while we can't see that in one person in one night, you can kind of see it across who's been here for a long time. And I learned a lot from seeing the really experienced people who have a lot of control, who've learned a lot of expressions in their non-native language. And it's very inspiring.
That's great.
And gentleman in the back.
Hi, my name is Tree. I enjoy coming here, visiting this club. I'm a member of the other club, Sensei, and I knew when they started they were really small and really not as organized, kind of like this, but eventually they grew up and became more organized and have better agendas, and now we have problems like getting speakers to, or having too many speakers, and we have a hard time getting everyone the chance to speak. So I don't know if you guys have that type of problems.
We'll work it out.
We really don't, but
Yeah.
But I was also visiting some other club that also just started too, and they had a hard time filling up some slots for speakers, and then there's other clubs that you can't even find any slot until like 2-3 months later.
Oh, okay.
So it's like always good to visit new clubs and see what other options there are and how they organize it. And love to see new clubs grow too.
thank you.
Love to have you here.
Hi, my name is Audrey, and this is my first time here, but I have been to a few other Toastmasters around the San Francisco area, and also tried to start one at my previous company that I left shortly after. I do like that there's a video recording here, because this is the first time I've seen it. Like, I know a lot of other clubs talk about it, but this is the first time I've actually seen it. And the bilingual nature is really different. It's very unique. I haven't seen this type of dynamic before, and I think it actually works really well. Another suggestion I saw from a different club was at the end they voted for the best speakers, and that speaker would get a prize. So.
Thank you.
We're all great speakers. We're all good. You guys all gotta pay.
All right, gentleman over here.
Hi, I'm Alex. This is my first time here. Well, there you go. There's one on. But I wish I understood Mandarin. I'd understand what people were saying a little easier. But I was really impressed with everybody and interested in coming back. So.
Good. All right. Thank you. All right.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ryan. It's my first time coming here, and kind of agree with what she said. I think it was cool. You guys are very encouraging of each other, very positive of each other, and the dynamic between two bilingual really worked well. So, yeah, it was fun, and yeah, I enjoyed the diversity of you guys' speeches.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So So for all the kids, if I can just have your email address and the name before you leave, that would be great, because we're gonna send you some information about the club, and if you guys have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask us. Any of the officers or seasoned Toastmasters, that would be good.
Okay. And so before I'm going to really wrap up the whole meeting tonight, I just have a couple of announcements. First of all, I'd like to ask if any of the officers have any announcements that they'd like to make tonight.
Yeah, come find me, guests, please.
Okay, so no officers have anything. Okay. And the second thing I'd like to go about in talking is next week is our induction ceremony. So basically what that is we're going to be doing a changing of guards, old officers and new officers. So we're going to be welcoming the new officers next week. And so thereafter there's going to be a dinner at Canton Restaurant. And so you guys are all welcome to come and join and check out how the induction ceremony is going to be like. We are going to have the area governor of Toastmasters giving her icebreaker speech. And that would be very interesting because she's a seasonal speaker, and it would be very well served if you guys come and check it out. Also, Alan and I are going to be giving a speech, a bye-bye speech and a welcome speech. So we're going to be doing that. And then the next thing is the agenda for next week is going to be set by Alberto. Alberto's going to... And Elliot, right. So Elliot and Alberto's going to do that. And the last thing I'd like to talk about is for this coming, in March, the Toastmaster Club is going to have a speech contest. The speech contest is going to consist of a 5 to 7 minute speech. It's called International Speech Contest. Basically, you will be giving a speech between 5 to 7 minutes, an original speech on any topics you like. Now, in order to compete for the speech, you need to at least have given 6 speeches in the Competent Communicator Manual. So I'd just like to throw that out right now, and so that anybody here who is already a member like to participate in this international speech contest, you can start thinking about it and start writing anything you like. And so we will have a group or a club competition first, and the winner of the club competition will participate in the area competition, which is going to be held on March 12th. So we're going to have the club competition sometime in February. So with that being said, thank you very much, everybody, for coming tonight, and I wish all of you have a safe journey home. Thank you.
Thank you. What is the thing of the speech contest?
And anything you want to talk about.
Is there anything you want to talk about?
Anything you want to talk about. Okay. Yep.
All right, so guests, if I can have you come over here and I can get your name and email address, that would be perfectly great. Next, I can just go ahead and put up your name and you get it. Next,
Where do you guys
So we were in Germany or wait. Are most people here regulars or is it a lot of people?
Do you remember me?
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. We were eating at the South American restaurant. I had no idea that this I always say to myself. Alright, thank you. Yeah. You didn't eat your last time, when you went to China, we had dinner. Right, so how long have you been doing Toastmasters? Do you come here to get better at speaking, or because you're bringing other people here?
Right. point is, I think your job is
So what I
yeah,
used to do is
at the same time.
Oh, okay. So no reason for you not to.